Welcome to English Voxora. The fastest way to speak English isn't translating every word. Listen carefully and let real English become part of you. Let's begin.
And today, I'm not just going to teach you English. I'm going to sit with you, like a friend, like someone who truly wants you to grow. Let me ask you something very honestly. Do you want to speak English, but you feel something stops you? Do you understand a little? But when it's time to speak, your mind becomes blank. Do you feel nervous? Maybe even a little embarrassed? If yes, then listen carefully. Because today I'm not going to give you big grammar rules. I'm not going to confuse you with difficult words. I'm going to give you something powerful, something real. Small habits that can change your English and your confidence step by step. And I want you to imagine this, you and me sitting together. Maybe you're lying on your bed, maybe walking, and I'm guiding you personally. No pressure, no stress, just simple learning. Now listen, most people fail in English not because English is hard, but because they try to do everything at once. Grammar, vocabulary, pronunciation, fluency, everything together. And your brain says, I can't handle this. So you stop. But today we change this. We go slow, but we go real. Lesson 1. Speak 5 simple sentences daily. Let me tell you the biggest truth. You cannot learn speaking without speaking. I know it sounds simple, but this is where most people fail. They watch videos, they read books, they understand everything. But when it's time to speak, silence. And do you know why? Because speaking is a skill, not just knowledge. Just like driving. You can watch 100 videos, but until you sit on the bike, you won't learn. Same with English. So today I give you a very simple rule. Speak 5 sentences every day. Not 50, not 20, just 5. And I know what you're thinking. Only 5 sentences? Will this really work? Yes, if you do it daily, without break, start like this. I am learning English. I feel good. I am trying. I am happy. I am ready. That's it. Simple, right? But here is where the magic happens. Don't just say once. Repeat it. Say each sentence 5 times, 10 times. Say it loudly. Because your brain learns through repetition. But your mouth learns through speaking. And listen. This is important. Do not speak in your mind. Speak out loud. Even if someone is around. Go to another room. Go to the terrace. Go for a walk. But use your voice, because confidence doesn't come from thinking. It comes from doing. Now, let me tell you something personal. When I started learning English, I was exactly like you. I understood a little, but I was afraid. I used to think, what if I make mistakes? What if people laugh? So I stayed silent. But one day I made a decision. I said, enough. I will speak even if it's wrong. First day I spoke just 1 sentence. I am learning English. My voice was shaking, but I spoke. Next day, 2 sentences. Then 3, then 5. And slowly something changed inside me. Not my English first, my confidence. And once confidence comes, English starts following. Let me give you a small psychological insight. Your brain fears what it doesn't practice. The more you avoid speaking, the more fear grows. But the moment you start speaking, even small, your brain says, oh, this is safe. And fear starts reducing. Lesson 2. Learn 10 simple words daily. Now, let's talk about words. Many people think, I need big vocabulary, difficult words. No, that's the biggest mistake. You don't need big words, you need useful words. Words that you use in daily life. Let's take simple words. Eat, go, come, like, want, feel, make, see, work, play. These 10 words, if you use them properly, you can create 100 sentences. Now, here is the trick. Don't just learn words. Use them. For example, I eat food. I go outside. I like this. I feel happy. I want water. Simple but powerful. Now repeat them again and again because repetition builds memory. And here's a psychological fact. Your brain forgets quickly, but repetition forces it to remember. Also, write them. Take a small notebook. Write 10 words daily. Read them again at night. This creates visual memory plus speaking memory plus writing memory. And when all three combine, learning becomes faster. Let me tell you about Emma. She was trying to learn English. She downloaded apps, watched videos, and started learning difficult words like extraordinary, magnificent, complicated. After 1 week, she forgot everything. She felt frustrated. Then she changed her approach. She started learning only simple words, 10 per day, using them in sentences, speaking them daily. And within weeks, she started speaking small sentences confidently. So, what do we learn? Simple words are not weak, they are powerful. Even fluent speakers use simple words. Fluency is not about difficult vocabulary. It's about easy expression. Lesson 3. Listening the silent power. Now, listen carefully. This is something most people ignore. Listening. You think speaking is important. Yes. But listening is what builds your speaking. Think about a child. Does a child learn grammar first? No. First, they listen again and again, and then they speak. Same process works for you. If you listen daily, your brain starts understanding patterns, how sentences are made, how words are used, how tone works. But here is the mistake people make. They listen to fast English, difficult content, and then they say, I don't understand anything. Of course you won't. Start simple, very simple. Slow English, short sentences, clear voice. Even 5 to 10 minutes daily is enough. But do it every day, and here is the golden technique. Listen, pause, repeat. Don't just listen like entertainment, listen like practice. Let me tell you about Leo. He studied grammar, he learned words. But when people spoke English, he understood nothing. Why? Because he never trained his ears. Then he started listening daily, just 10 minutes, simple audio, repeating sentences. At first, nothing made sense. But he continued. And slowly, words became clear, then sentences, then understanding, and then speaking improved automatically. So remember, your ears are like muscles. The more you train them, the stronger they become. And now I want you to pause for a moment. Just think. Are you practicing daily or just watching videos? Because watching is not learning. Doing is learning. In the next part, I will show you something even more powerful. How reading, thinking and writing can completely transform your English from inside, not just outside. And I'll also share some deeper psychological tricks that most teachers never tell you. So, don't stop here because your journey has just started. And trust me, if you follow this till the end, your English will not stay the same. Welcome back. And before we continue, I want to ask you something. Are you still just listening, or are you actually ready to change your English? Because what I'm going to share now, this is where most learners either transform or quit. So, stay with me. Don't just hear this. Feel this. Take a deep breath. Now imagine this. You wake up one day and suddenly you don't have to translate in your mind anymore. You don't feel nervous before speaking. Words come naturally. That version of you is not far, but it depends on what you do daily. Lesson 4. Reading. Your silent teacher. Now listen carefully. Reading is like a silent teacher. It doesn't shout. It doesn't force. But slowly, it changes your brain. Most people avoid reading. They say reading is boring. I don't understand. But the truth is, they are trying to read too difficult things. Let me simplify it for you. You don't need big books. Start with something so easy that your mind feels relaxed. like short stories, small paragraphs, even 5-6 lines. And here is the real method. Don't read fast. Read slowly. Feel every word. Understand every sentence. And here's a powerful trick. Read out loud. Because when you read silently, only your eyes work. But when you read out loud, your brain plus your mouth plus your ears all work together. And that creates strong learning. Let me tell you about Lily. She hated reading. She always skipped it. And after months, her English didn't improve. Then one day she forced herself. Just 10 minutes. One simple story. She didn't understand everything, but she didn't stop. Next day, again 10 minutes. Slowly words became familiar. Sentences became easier. And something interesting happened. Her speaking improved without trying. Because reading gives you ready-made sentence patterns. You don't have to create everything from zero. Your brain starts copying what it sees. So from today, just 5 to 10 minutes. No excuses. Even if you feel lazy, do it anyway. Because discipline beats motivation. Lesson 5. Thinking in English, the game changer. Now we are entering something powerful. Something that separates beginners from fluent speakers. Thinking in English. Let me ask you, speak honestly. When you want to speak English, what do you do? First, you think in your language, then you translate, then you try to speak, and in this process, you become slow, confused, stuck. Now listen, fluent speakers don't translate. They think directly in English. And I know what you're thinking. How can I think in English? It feels impossible. Yes, at first it does, because your brain is trained in your language. But we can retrain it. Slowly, start with very small thoughts. I am sitting, I am drinking water, I am walking. I feel tired. That's it. Don't try big sentences. Small thinking is powerful thinking. Now, here's a practical exercise. Right now, look around you and describe things in English. This is my phone. This is my room. I am sitting on bed. Simple. But this builds a new habit in your brain. And here's something psychological. Your brain always follows your dominant habit. If you think in your language daily, it becomes automatic. If you start thinking in English daily, that becomes automatic. Let me tell you about Noah. He always translated every sentence, every word, and he was tired. Speaking felt like a heavy task. Then one day he made a rule. No translation, only simple thinking. First day, very difficult. Second day, still hard. But he didn't stop. After 1 week, his thinking became faster. After 1 month, he stopped translating. And that's when his fluency started growing. So remember, fluency is not about speaking fast. It's about thinking directly. Lesson 6. Writing, your personal practice zone. Now, listen. Writing is something most people ignore, but it is one of the strongest tools. Because when you write, you slow down your thinking. You see your mistakes. You understand structure. And don't worry, I'm not asking you to write essays, just simple sentences. Write like this. I am happy. I am learning English. I feel good. I am tired today. Or write your day. I wake up at 7:00. I eat breakfast. I go outside. And here is something powerful. When you write daily, your brain starts organizing thoughts better. And when thoughts are clear, speaking becomes easier. Now, imagine this. If you speak without writing, you may forget patterns. But if you write also, you build stronger memory. Let me tell you about Grace. She was scared of writing. She thought, my sentences will be wrong, so she avoided it. But one day she started just 3 sentences, that's it. Next day 5 sentences, then 7. And slowly she started noticing something. Her sentences were becoming better. Her confidence increased. And when she spoke, words came more clearly. Because writing is like practice without pressure. Now, I want you to do something. Tonight before sleeping, write just 5 sentences. No perfection, just expression to pause, think, reflect. Now, stop for a moment. Don't move forward. Just think. Are you really practicing these things or just watching? Because watching feels like learning, but it is not. Real learning starts when you feel a little uncomfortable. When you try, when you repeat, when you fail, and still continue. And listen, if you have reached here, that means something inside you is serious. Something inside you wants change. In the next part, I'm going to show you something even more powerful. How to speak with real people. How to remove fear completely. How to make English part of your life. And how to build unstoppable confidence. And I will also share something very real. Why some people learn English in months and some stay stuck for years. So, don't stop here. Because part 3 might be the turning point. Not just for your English, but for your confidence. Welcome back. And before we begin this final part, I want you to sit for a second and feel this. You started this video as someone who was confused, maybe afraid, maybe stuck. But now you are not the same person. Because now you know the path. The only question is, will you walk on it or leave it here? Let me tell you something very real. English is not difficult, but your mind makes it difficult. Fear, hesitation, overthinking. These are the real problems. And today we are going to break them. Lesson 7. Speak with real people. The confidence builder. Now listen carefully. Till now you were practicing alone. Speaking to yourself. Thinking. Writing. That's good. But now you need to step into the real world. Because real confidence doesn't come alone. It comes when you speak with someone. And I know this is where your heart beats faster. You think, what if I make mistakes? What if they judge me? Let me be honest. Yes, you will make mistakes. But do you know something powerful? People care less than you think. Most people are busy with their own life. They are not judging you like you imagine. Start small. Very small. Don't try long conversations. Just say, hello. How are you? What are you doing? That's enough. And here's a trick. Speak slowly. When you speak fast, your brain panics. When you speak slow, your brain stays calm. Also, listen carefully. Conversation is not only speaking, it is also listening. When you listen, you understand. When you understand, you respond better. Let me tell you about Daniel. He practiced a lot alone. He was good when alone. But when he met someone, he became silent. One day someone asked him, "How are you?" He knew the answer, but fear stopped him. That day he felt bad, very bad. But instead of quitting, he decided, next time I will speak. Next time he said one sentence, "I am fine," small but powerful. Then slowly he started speaking more, little by little. And after some weeks he was having normal conversations. So, what changed? Not his English first, his courage. So, from today, talk to someone. Even for 2 minutes. Friend, stranger, anyone. And if no one is available, record your voice. Speak. Listen. Improve. Lesson 8. Watch smartly, not randomly. Now, let's talk about watching because you already watch videos. But, are you learning from them? Most people watch like entertainment. Scrolling, watching, forgetting. That is not learning. You need to watch like a learner. Choose simple videos. Slow English. Clear speaking, not fast, not complicated. And here's the secret method. Pause, repeat, copy. Watch one line, pause it. Repeat it like the speaker. Try to copy the tone, the style. This is called shadowing. And this is very powerful. Because you are not just learning words, you are learning how English sounds. Let me tell you about Mia. She watched many videos, but she never improved. because she just watched without focus. Then she changed her way. She started watching slowly, repeating lines, copying pronunciation, and within weeks, she started speaking more clearly, more confidently. So remember, watching is powerful, but only when done correctly. Lesson 9. Make English a daily habit, the real secret. Now, this is the most important lesson. If you understand this, everything changes. English is not a subject, it is a habit. Many people start with full energy. Day 1, 2 hours study. Day 2, nothing. Day 3, again start, then again stop. And they say, I'm not improving. Of course not, because progress needs consistency. Let me simplify it. 10 minutes daily is more powerful than 2 hours once a week. So, create a routine, morning or evening. Fix a time. Speak a little. Learn some words. Listen a little. Read a little. That's enough. Even on busy days, do 5 minutes. But do something. Never break the chain. Let me tell you about Ryan. He used to study randomly, sometimes a lot, sometimes nothing. No progress. Then he changed one thing. Consistency. Daily 10 minutes. No break. After some weeks, he felt improvement. After some months, he became confident. So, what was the magic? Not talent. Not intelligence. Consistency. Lesson 10. Confidence. Your final weapon. Now we come to the most powerful part. Confidence. Because without confidence, you will stay silent even if you know English. And with confidence, even broken English sounds strong. Let me tell you the truth. No one speaks perfect English. Even fluent speakers make mistakes. So why are you waiting to be perfect? Start now. Speak now. And whenever fear comes, tell yourself, I am learning. I am improving. I am not afraid. Your words create your mindset. Your mindset creates your confidence. Take small steps. 1 sentence today, 2 tomorrow. Slow growth is real growth. And never compare yourself. Someone may learn faster, someone slower, but your journey is yours. Let me tell you about Anna. She was always afraid. She stayed silent. But one day, she spoke 1 sentence. Her voice was low, but she spoke. Next day, again, and slowly fear disappeared. Confidence came. Because confidence doesn't come first. Action comes first. Final talk. Listen carefully. Now I want you to stop and look at yourself. Not the old you, the new you. You now know what to do, how to do, why to do. So don't wait for tomorrow. Start today. Speak a little. Learn a little. Practice a little. And one day you will realize you are speaking English without fear, without hesitation. And when that day comes, remember this moment when you decided to not quit. If you are serious, then don't just watch. Commit. Come back daily. Practice daily. Grow daily, and before you go, comment one thing.
Thanks for learning with English Voxia today. Keep listening, keep practicing, and keep improving your English every day. See you in the next lesson. Goodbye.